brothers and sisters, everybody who always there to support my video. Today is Saturday, and I just want to show you that how outside look like today. It's raining so hard. Look at this sky. I just want to show it to you before I start the video. Look at the weather condition. Weather condition is raining so hard, guys. And it's been start since Monday. Since Monday was like that. And today's Saturday, which is the Saturday 24th, I believe. Yeah, Saturday, 24th. I'm not sure. I don't remember the date, guys, but I think today is 23rd of August, and today's Saturday. Guy, I mean, I would like to thank everybody for always there to support my video, always support me, guys. Thank you so much, guy, and I do appreciate you guys. The guy always there and support me, guy. I always say that. When you go to the video, always do a thumbs up and like. Thumbs up, like, subscribe to me. If you don't subscribe to me yet, but guy, I will subscribe back to you. Guy, be real. When you support somebody, be real, guys. Be real and don't be fake. Today we're gonna go over a lot. But before that, I just want to show you guys how the weather condition is going right now. How was it right now, guys? Look at this outside. Look at it's pouring so hard, man. It's running so hard. It's running so hard, guys. So hard, guys. Look at it, guys. It's running so hard. Look. It's running so hard. You guys, everybody know that. So we always go over talking about politics, and today we're going to talk about politics all as usual, always does. And today I want everybody to understand what's going on in the world. Why the world is everything is like for me now everything's like nobody's sure. So if you pray, keep on praying. Only God might do something for the world, but the world is really on a bad shape, guy. It's all over the world. It's fight all over the world. So I'm gonna go to all the video. I want you guys paying attention to it. Guys, don't forget, guys, like and share and subscribe. Bonjour tout le monde, ou bien bonsoir tout le monde, n'importe qui peut regarder les vidéos. Je dis que c'est samedi. Nous partons samedi qui c'est 23 août. C'est le samedi. Et ma monté nous commander c'est la pluie a tombé, un pile la pluie, et l'MC va montrer nous l'éclat, n'importe l'éclat est, la fois pile la pluie, ça fait that's a Haitian flag right there. That's my Haitian flag right there. And I just want to show to you guys. So it's la fois pile la pluie today. That's my flag, Haitian flag. I put them here on the wall, guy. I always have them here. So it's my flag. And then I saw, look at the lake, guy. The lake is now, it's like, the lake is pretty much, it's overflowing, guys. Look at this. It's running so hard, like this. Running so hard. La famille la vie, côté nous actuellement, nous devons montrer nous, avant nous entrer dans cette parole politique. Je vais vous montrer tout le monde, puis genre, la pluie a tombé, la pluie a très fort. Moi, n'a pas dit, la caille, la pluie a très fort. Regardez, l'éclat est en plein de l'eau. Ici, n'importe la pluie fait, it's like a flooding. Look at this guy, look at the lake, and the lake is full. See, that's what it is right now. That's the lake. It's overflowing. Look at this. There. That's the lake. I'm inside, guys. I'm not outside, but I'm inside. So that's why you see, guys, probably see all this thing going on. So here, that's the lake. Right? That's a tree. Nice country. Really nice. Here. That's the country. Yeah, guys. So now we're going to go over the politics, guys. We're going to go to politics. We want to know what's going on today in politics. And you know, in YouTube not allowed to talk. Not allowed to talk about a lot of things and it's going on. So this type of thing you can talk about it, but not everything. So now you know there's election going on here in the United States, November. Everybody know between it was between Donald Trump, the U.S. former president, and President Joe Biden. Now it's not about President Joe Biden anymore. Now it's about Kamala Harris, Vice President, and the former President Donald Trump. So, guys, this lady, you look at her right there, right here. You look at her right there. She was a close ally to the former President Donald Trump. And then I'm going to let you listen to what she had to say. And so that's the reason why I always say sometimes politics is confused. Dame ça m'a regardé là, son dame qui est un grand supporter de l'ancien président américain, qui est le président Donald Trump. Mademoiselle dit lui-même, il n'est pas seulement un supporter du président Donald Trump, sont malades, sont maladie, sont malades du président tellement il était aimé le président Trump. Sont malades du président Trump, il était tellement aimé le président Trump. Quand il y a aujourd'hui, qu'est-ce qui se passe? What's going on? Why she have to come out to the Democratic Party? Côté démocrate va faire convention, et c'est là mademoiselle vient parler, il vient expliquer, même pour qui ça qu'on y a qui fait, il quitte deux partis républicains, il vient tomber dans le parti démocrate là. She want to explain to why, and I'm going to let you listen to her, guy, and a lot of things. Let's listen to it, guy. Let's listen.
Advisors. The Trump family became my family. I spent Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's all at Mar-a-Lago. I saw him when the cameras were off. Behind closed doors, Trump mocks his supporters. He calls them basement dwellers. On a hospital visit one time when people were dying in the ICU, he was mad that the cameras were not watching him. He has no empathy, no morals, and no fidelity to the truth. He used to tell me, "It doesn't matter what you say, Stephanie. Say it enough and people will believe you." But it does matter. What you says matter. And what you don't say matters. On January 6th, I asked Melania if we could at least tweet that while peaceful protest is the right of every American, there's no place for lawlessness or violence. She replied with one word: no. I became the first senior staffer to resign that day. I couldn't be part of the insanity any longer. When I was press secretary, I got skewered for never holding a White House briefing. It's because, unlike my boss, I never wanted to stand at that podium and lie. Now here I am, behind a podium, advocating for a Democrat. And that's because I love my country more than my party. Kamala Harris tells the truth. She respects the American people, and she has my vote.
And Democrats, I've had the privilege for over 20 years to see that future taking shape with a star in Alameda courtroom by the name of Kamala Harris. I saw that star fighting for criminal justice, racial justice, economic justice, social justice. I saw that star get even brighter as Attorney General of California, as a United States Senator, and as Vice President of the United States of America. Kamala Harris has always done the right thing. A champion for voting rights, civil rights, LGBTQ rights, the rights for women and girls. So Democrats and independents, it's time for us to do the right thing, and that is to elect Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States of America. California, we proudly cast our 482 votes for the next president, Kamala Harris.
And I thank everyone there and here for believing in what we can do together. We are so honored to be your nominees. This is a people-powered campaign, and together we will chart a new way forward.
Friends, we're here to talk about one thing, tomorrow, and building a better tomorrow for all Americans. This November, we can choose a brighter, a fairer, a freer future. Or we can relive the dark night of Trump's American carnage.
And let me tell you what else we must do. We need to join the rest of the industrialized world and guarantee health care to all people as a human right, not a privilege. Illinois' presidential pedigree is unmatched. And given that Vice President Kamala Harris spent some of her early life right here, I speak for the entire Illinois delegation when I say we claim her too. Now, one president we will never claim is the con artist the Republicans nominated in Milwaukee last month. Donald Trump once called Chicago embarrassing. To quote a great Chicagoan who won 6 world championships on these very grounds, we take that personally. I had to govern for 2 years while Trump was president. Let me tell you what's embarrassing. In Illinois, we passed a massive bill to fix our roads and bridges. When Donald Trump proposed his own plan, he turned right around and called it stupid. We eliminated the grocery tax. Donald hasn't been in a grocery store since his first bankruptcy. Illinois invested in clean energy and the jobs it brings. Donald claimed that windmills in the ocean made the whales a little batty. During COVID, we supported small businesses and jobs. And Donald told us to inject bleach. Donald Trump thinks that we should trust him.
However she's needed, Kamala rises to the occasion. And she did it for me and our family. And now that the country needs her, she's showing you what we already know. She's ready to lead. She brings both joy and toughness to this task, and she will be a great president we will all be proud of.
Is in the air, isn't it? Yeah. You know, we're feeling it here in this arena, but it's spreading all across this country we love. A familiar feeling that's been buried too deep for far too long. You know what I'm talking about. It's the contagious power of hope. The energy, the exhilaration of once again being on the cusp of a brighter day. The chance to vanquish the demons of fear, division, and hate that have consumed us and continue pursuing the unfinished promise of this great nation, the dream that our parents and grandparents fought and died and sacrificed for. America, hope is making a comeback. My girl, Kamala Harris, is more than ready for this moment. She is one of the most qualified people ever to seek the office of the presidency. And she is one of the most dignified. a tribute to her mother, to my mother, and to your mother too.
Everybody should know that when President Joe Biden said that he would they would replace him by the vice president. Uh, the former president Barack Hussein Obama is the first one was say no, not yet. He wasn't happy that Joe Biden make that move and put Kamala Harris run made as a vice president become a presidential candidate for Democrat Party. So Barack Hussein Obama was the first one to say no to it, but now they all back up Kamala Harris. One party, they all. So let's listen to President Barack Hussein Obama. Tout le monde capable de comprendre lorsque le président américain a dit que c'est Kamala Harris qui est vice-président pour le mettre pour remplacer pour en face Donald Trump pour nous élection novembre là. Président Obama c'est premièrement qui devait dire pas d'accord pour ça qui fait, mais en après il a vu faire celle-là démocrate et tout campé, le campé de madame vice-président pour capable venir next président dans le pays blanc américain.
I am feeling hopeful because this convention has always been pretty good to kids with funny names who believe in a country where anything is possible. Because we have a chance to elect someone who has spent her entire life trying to give people the same chances America gave her. Someone who sees you and hears you and will get up every single day and fight for you. The next president of the United States of America, Kamala Harris. And looking back, I can say without question that my first big decision as your nominee turned out to be one of my best. And that was asking Joe Biden to serve by my side as vice president. Other than some common Irish blood, Joe and I come from different backgrounds, but we became brothers. And as we worked together for 8, sometimes pretty tough years, what I came to admire most about Joe wasn't just his smarts, his experience, it was his empathy and his decency. And make no mistake, it will be a fight. For all the incredible energy we've been able to generate over the last few weeks, for all the rallies and the memes, this will still be a tight race in a closely divided country. A country where too many Americans are still struggling. Where a lot of Americans don't believe government can help. And as we gather here tonight, the people who will decide this election are asking a very simple question. Who will fight for me? Who's thinking about my future, about my children's future, about our future together? One thing is for certain, Donald Trump is not losing sleep over that question. Here's a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down his golden escalator 9 years ago. It has been a constant stream of gripes and grievances that's actually been getting worse now that he's afraid of losing to Kamala. There's the childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes.
Uh, Everybody know this is the former President Barack Hussein Obama. You know he's get 2008 until 2012, 2000, 2012 to 2008 to 2016. So he was president of the United States for 2 terms. So now he's campaigning for Kamala Harris, and we let you know. I mean, when he was a president, and I would say thing wasn't that easy. It wasn't that easy, and but it was okay. It wasn't that easy, and let's see what's going to happen in November. Who people in America are going to vote for? Who's they going to put as a president? Ça c'est président ancien président américain. Hein. Barack Hussein Obama nous connaît qui prend 2 mandats. Il prend 2 mandats de 2008 à 2012, de 2012 à 2016. N'a regardé, est-ce que le président Obama était là pendant 8 ans? Est-ce que le pays a été plus bon que ça? Nous ne connaissons pas, nous ne pouvons pas dire oui, nous ne pouvons pas dire non. Mais nous quittons tout le monde qui a regardé les vidéos, tout auditeur, auditrice qui a regardé les vidéos, et nous sommes capables de comprendre, nous sommes capables de mettre vivement peut-être pas. Durant ces 8 ans, ancien président américain, est-ce que le pays a été plus bon, ou bien est-ce qu'il vient plus bon durant 4 ans, président Donald Trump, ou bien est-ce qu'il vient plus bon dans l'autre 4 ans, démocrate, qui c'est président Joe Biden. Nous connaissons, c'est le monde qui met le monde, mais nous fait tout le monde connaître ça. Aux États-Unis, c'est pas ça de popularité vote là qui mettait un président aux États-Unis. Un président aux États-Unis, c'est ça, il est super délégué qui c'est 270 electoral college. That's why you need to become a president. You can't be so popular if you don't win 270 electoral college. You're not gonna be a president. Whoever won that 270 first, that's the one who become a president. So in United States, popularity is good, but it doesn't. The popularity cannot put a president of United States. A president of United States they need 270 electoral college. That's called super delegate. That's so you need 270. Whoever won the 270 first become the president of United States. Whoever won first, and the election will stop right there. It doesn't matter how popular the vote, whatever you win and everything. So that's what it's going to be. You need 270 electoral college to become a president of the United States. It's not about the popularity. It's not about I'm very popular and that's why I go become. No, it's not that. It's all about 270 electoral college. If you can't get that, you won't become the president of the United States. When they get that first, that's when we're going to win. Let's listen to the former president.
And shame and out yell the other side. And after a while, regular folks just tune out. Or they don't bother to vote. Now that approach may work for the politicians who just want attention and thrive on division. But it won't work for us. The truth is, Donald Trump sees power as nothing more than it means to his ends. He wants the middle class to pay the price for another huge tax cut that would mostly help him and his rich friends. He killed a bipartisan immigration deal written in part by one of the most conservative Republicans in Congress that would have helped secure our southern border because he thought trying to actually solve the problem would hurt his campaign. He doesn't. Do not boo. Vote. He doesn't seem to care if more women lose their reproductive freedom since it won't affect his life.
What happened is when President Obama said about the immigration bill that Donald Trump called on his own party, which is Republican, to stop the bill. Then when the former president talk about it, everybody is like they boo him. He said, "Don't boo it." That means you're talking the truth. But for them, they feel like he's not talking the truth. So, les présidents, anciens présidents américains ont parlé d'un bill immigration qui était passé. Et le dans le congrès là, président américain qui est candidat, former président Donald Trump, il a les demandé pour ne pas passer bill là, il pas passer bill là. Pendant le président Obama parlé de bill là, moun yo comme si yo fait un bruit et yo dit monsieur Saldia, il va believe Saldia c'est vérité. Et le président Obama était président durant ces 8 ans. Est-ce que bagay été pigné? Et ça, est-ce que dossier immigration est bien marché? Parce que ça, est-ce que le président Obama est déporté dans plus le monde? Nous-mêmes, nous connaissons, nous cherchons une affaire que nous connaissons. Nous va penser sur l'ancien président américain qui se bat pour Obama. Immigration, we don't believe when he was a president and for 8 years. We don't believe immigration was the best. Immigration was good and everything, but there was a lot of deportation on his presidency. So that's why when he talk about it, the wadi is booing him out. He said, "Don't boo out. Listen to it."
They don't bother to vote. Now that approach may work for the politicians who just want attention and thrive on this election is about. And I believe that's why if we each do our part over the next 77 days, if we knock on doors, if we make phone calls, if we talk to our friends, if we listen to our neighbors, if we work like we've never worked before, if we hold firm to our convictions, and together we too will build a country that is more secure and more just, more equal, and more free. So let's get to work. God bless you. And God bless the United States of America.
Yeah, so therefore that's right. That's the former president back, Obama, was talking, and then so that's everybody's like they like bore him when he was talking. They feel like what he say. We don't say. They say it's not true. Maybe what he said was true, but everybody's like they bore him like it's not. He's not telling the truth. That's why there was. Jesus said he was told him, "Don't do that to me. Don't bore me." That's why the President Obama said to everybody, guys. So it's good to listen to this. So we're gonna go to the next. We're gonna go to the next video, guys, and then it's a lot of videos. So.
Firing up the crowd for Kamala Harris and warning of a Trump presidency.
We have seen that movie before, and we all know that the sequel is usually worse.
A familiar feeling that's been buried too deep for far too long. You know what I'm talking about. It's the contagious power of hope.
The former president and first lady captivated Democrats with a message of hope.
You criticized her intelligence. Is that the message to win over those moderate voters that you're going to need in the middle?
No, I don't think so. I think that the message is what a bad job they've done. I mean, if you look at this economy, if you look at inflation, and, you know, I love this country. I have to do what it takes to win. I have to get this country going because we're going to lose our country.
Why insult her intelligence?
Well, I have to do that. Well, I don't think she's a very bright person. I do feel that. I mean, I think that's right. I think I am a very bright person. And a lot of people say that. I don't think she's a very bright person. And you know what? Our country needs a very smart person. And I don't think she's a very smart person.
Well,
so I'm not looking to, I don't consider that an insult. That's just a fact.
But what evidence do you have for that?
I looked at the things that she said. I looked at the way she deals. I looked at her record of her crazy record. I looked at her policies. I just don't happen to think so. Now, I could say she is, and I know that would be very nice, and the other thing, we have to win this election. If we don't win this election, you're not going to be asking me or anybody else questions. You're not going to have a country anymore.
Do you think those personal attacks are necessary for you to win the election?
I hope they're not, but if I don't think somebody's good at something, if somebody's not good at something, I've always spoken my mind. I don't think she's very good at this. I think she'll destroy our country.
And if you can afford to. Unfortunately, most of you can't afford to because Joe Biden is a disaster.
Short, punchy, effective. He's like, of course you can't afford to, but, you know, moral support is just as important.
We want you to donate to my campaign if you can afford to. Unfortunately, most of you can't afford to because Joe Biden is a disaster.
Short, punchy, effective. He's like, of course you can't afford to, but, you know, moral support is...
I'm really going to be that guy.
But we have an agreement on other things that are really good. Nancy, would you like to say something?
Well, thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity to meet with you so that we can work together in a bipartisan way to meet the needs of the American people. I think the American people recognize that we must keep government open, that a shutdown is not worth anything.
So the wall will get built, but we may not have an agreement today. We probably won't. But we have an agreement on other things that are really good. Nancy, would you like to say something?
Well, thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity to meet with you so that we can work together in a bipartisan way to meet the needs of the American people. I think the American people recognize that we must keep government open, that a shutdown is not worth anything, and that we should not have a Trump shutdown. You have the White House, the Trump shutdown. You have the White House, you have the Senate, you have the House of Representatives, you have the vote. You should pass it.
No, we don't have the votes, Nancy, because in the Senate we need 60 votes.
No, but in the House,
and we don't have.
You could bring it up right now.
Yeah, but I can't, excuse me, but I can't get it passed in the House if it's not going to pass in the Senate. I don't want to waste time.
Well, the fact is, we can get it started that way.
The House we could get passed very easily,
okay,
and we do. But the problem is the Senate, because we need 10 Democrats to vote, and they won't pass.
The point is that there are equities to be waived, and we're here to have a conversation in a prayerful way, so I don't think we should have a debate in front of the press on this. But the fact is, the House Republicans could bring up this bill, if they had the votes, immediately, and set the tone for what you want.
If we thought we were going to get it passed in the Senate, Nancy, we would do it immediately. We'd get it passed very easily in the House. We would get it, Nancy, I'd have it passed in 2 seconds. It doesn't matter, though, because we can't get it passed in the Senate because we need 10 Democrat votes. That's the problem.
Again, let us have our conversation, then we can meet with the press again. But the fact is that as legislating, which is what we do, you begin to make your point, you state your case. That's what the House Republicans would do, if they had the votes. But there are no votes in the House, a majority of votes, for a wall, no matter where you stand.
Exactly right. If I needed the votes for the wall in the House, I would have them in one session, would be done. It doesn't help because we need 10 Democrats in the Senate.
Don't put it on the Senate, put it on the negotiation.
Okay, let me ask you this, and we're doing this in a very friendly manner. It doesn't help for me to take a vote in the House where I will win easily with the Republicans. It doesn't help to take that vote because I'm not going to get the vote of the Senate. I need 10 senators. That's the problem.
You have the White House, you have the Senate.
I have the White House. The White House is done, and the House would give me the vote if I wanted it. But I can't because I need, Nancy, I need 10 votes from Chuck.
All right, let me say something.
Let me just say one thing. The fact is, you do not have the vote in the House.
Nancy, I do. And we need border security. Nancy, we need border security. It's very simple. We need border security. People are pouring into our country, including terrorists. We have terrorists. We caught 10 terrorists over the last very short period of time. 10. These are very serious people. Our border agents, all of our law enforcement has been incredible what they've done. But we caught 10 terrorists. These are people that were looking to do harm. We need the wall. We need, more important than anything, we need border security, of which the wall is just a piece. But it's important. Chuck, did you want to say
Yeah,
something?
here's what I want to say. We have a lot of disagreements here. The Washington Post today gave you a whole lot of Pinocchios because they say you constantly misstate how much the wall is built, how much of the wall is built, and how much is there. But that's not the point here. We have a disagreement about the wall, whether it's effective or there. Not on border security, but on the wall. We do not want to shut down the government. You were called 20 times to shut down the government. You say, I want to shut down the government. We don't. We want to come to an agreement. If we can't come to an agreement, we have solutions that will pass the House and Senate right now and will not shut down the government, and that's what we're urging you to do. Not threaten to shut down the government
You don't
because
want to
let me
shut
just
down the
finish,
government.
because you can't get
The
your
last
way.
time you shut it down, you
Yeah,
had to
let
go.
me say something, Mr. President. You just say my way or we'll shut down the government. We have a proposal that Democrats and Republicans will support, to do a CR that will not shut down the government. We urge you to take it.
And if it's not good border security, I
It
won't
is
take it.
very good border
And if it's not good border security, I won't take it.
It's what the
Because
board,
when you look at these numbers of the effectiveness of our border security, and when you look at the job that we're doing
you
with our
just said it is
military,
effective.
can I tell you something?
Yeah.
If you look at them that way, so it's politics, guys. It's all about politics. Politics is never fit. So if like this, he's Chuck Schumer is a Democrat. Nancy Pelosi is a Democrat also. She's the House. She's in the House, and then Chuck Schumer is in the Senate. So it looks like they can't get together. They can't get a deal done. So the deal, and the president wants the deal to be something he like. If you don't like it, you're not going to take it. But all they want to do, they don't want to shut down the government. So they want to come up with something. So ça n'a pas de là pour tout le monde regarder. Son bagage qui dans tout pays dans le monde entier. Et l'on regarde pour eux, il y a un problème qui a passé dans border, baronesse de Mexique, je ne sais pas si c'est Mexique. Et le président américain, ancien président américain a dit que il y a des gens qui ont la cité rassurée, qui ont des âmes dans les mains, qui ont fait coup de cas dans le pays. Il n'y a pas de monde dans le pays. Il y a besoin de chita pour un deal pour faire un travail pour camper le monde. Mais le président dit, si il n'a pas bon pour lui, il va passer. Nous entendons ça tout, même dans la communauté haïtienne, que parfois même dans l'église, le pasteur a dit, si la communauté vient avec un bill, et puis depuis qu'il vient avec un projet, depuis le pas bon pour lui, il va passer, et c'est comme ça, de tous côtés comme ça. Politique là, et comme ça, est-ce que tu as de concernant dans l'église? Non, il n'y a pas de concernant dans l'église, il y a de différents, mais c'est le même bagage là, en dans l'église, ou bien en dans n'importe côté, tout côté, il y a un problème, guys. Everywhere on the world we have an issue, we have a problem. But the best thing is at the end we all worry about our country. At the end we come up together, we come up with a deal. That's the good thing about it. But sometimes there's no way you can get the deal done, nothing done. That's the problem. But from there I believe they will come up with a deal. It doesn't matter. At the end they will find a deal to keep their country safe. Trust me, guys. We might be able to do it in my country, or the country probably don't be, but here they will come up with something else, guys. Let's listen, and we're gonna move to the next one.
Okay, we came in here in good faith, and we're entering into this kind of a discussion in the public.
But it's not there, Nancy.
No,
it's called transparency.
I know it's not transparency when we're not stipulating to a set of facts, and when we want to have a debate with you about saying we confront some of this facts.
You know what? We need border security. That's what we're going to be talking about, border security. If we don't have border security, we'll shut down the government. This country needs border security. The wall is a part of border security. Let's have a talk. We're going to get the wall built, and we've done a lot of wall already. It's a big section. It's a big part of it. It's a big part of it. We need to have effective border security. We need a wall in certain parts. No, not in all parts, but in certain parts of a 2,000-mile border, we need a wall. We are doing it much under budget. We're actually way under budget on the areas that we've renovated and areas that we've built. I would say if we got $5 billion, we could do it.
An investigation of anyone?
I wouldn't.
Yes or no?
Could you repeat that question?
I will repeat it. Has the president or anyone at the White House ever asked or suggested that you open an investigation of anyone? Yes or no, please, sir?
The president or anybody else?
seems you would remember something like that and be able to tell us.
Yeah, but I'm trying to grapple with the word suggest. I mean, there have been discussions of matters out there that they have not asked me to open an investigation, but
Perhaps they've suggested,
I don't know. I wouldn't say suggest.
hinted,
I don't know.
inferred. You don't know. Okay. In your March 24th summary, you wrote that, quote, after reviewing the special counsel's final report.
I will say that no one.
Sir, I'm asking a question. In your March 24th summary, you wrote that, quote, after reviewing the special counsel's final report, Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein and I have concluded that the evidence is not sufficient to establish that the president committed an obstruction of justice offense. Now, the special counsel's investigation produced a great deal of evidence. I'm led to believe it included witnesses' notes and emails, witnesses' congressional testimony, witnesses' interview.
This is Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States now. She's officially a candidate for President of the United States in November. That's why when she was in the Senate, and she questioned the Attorney General of the United States, M. Bilbao. Ça c'est Madame le Président actuellement, Kamala Harris, qu'on a qui est vice-président du United States, qu'on a qui c'est un monde qui vient candidat pour président pour le mois de novembre. Ça c'est pendant que dans le Sénat, il a posé question avec Anthony Général là, et qui c'est ministre de justice là, dans le pays aux États-Unis. D'après ça, ancien président et américain, dans le jour de faire durant le 6 janvier 2020. Nous tout est well, déclaré, mais malgré ça, puis beaucoup de tribunaux dans le pays blanc américain, ils ont dit que le président, c'est le président du pays, il n'est pas coupable, il n'est pas condamné. Si tu es dans l'autre pays, il t'a dit non, il faut nous faire, il ne va pas condamner, ça te fait pas bon, mais puisque c'est en Amérique, il fait, c'est ancien président, ce pays, il y a un problème. Mais s'il était fait dans l'autre pays, il a envoyé monde à le garder, secret service, voyez à le garder, à faire investigation, sa président tel pays était fait tel côté, il n'est pas bon, il pas de faire ça, il doit payer ça, il doit coupable. Mais pour les États-Unis, il n'y a pas un problème. Tout ça qui a passé dans le pays blanc américain, il n'y a pas un problème. Sauf qu'il a passé dans notre pays, il y a son problème. Si ça te fait pour 6 janvier, qu'il était clair, tout le monde était well, mais c'est comme ça, il y a ce président il gagne immunité, ça va faire. C'est même bien longtemps en Haïti, les sénateurs font bagaille, ils en fonction, le gros chef, on ne peut pas dire sénateur, on ne peut pas arrêter, on ne peut pas faire rien, mais il est tout le monde, voyez, et comme ça lié. Bravo. Mais la caille monde, c'est problème. Pour la caille, il n'y a pas de problème. Eh bien, on regarde, on écoute.
Recommending a charging decision to you if they had not reviewed the evidence.
Well, that's a question for Bob Mueller. He's the U.S. attorney. He's the one who presents the report.
But it was you who made the charging decision, sir. You made the decision not to charge the president.
No, in a Prost memo and in a declination memo.
You said it was your baby. What did you mean by that?
It was my baby to decide whether or not to disclose it to the public.
And whose decision was it? Who had the power to make the decision about whether or not the evidence was sufficient to make a determination of whether there had been an obstruction of justice?
Prosecution memos go up to the supervisor. In this case, it was the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General who decide on the final decision. And that is based on the memo as presented by the U.S. Attorney's Office.
I think you've made it clear that you've not looked at the evidence. We can move on. I think you've made it clear, sir, that you've not looked at the evidence, whether your recusal from the 14 investigations that have been discussed by my colleagues is necessary.
I don't see any basis for it. I already consulted with them, and
you have consulted with them about the 14 other investigations?
About the Mueller case.
Have you consulted with the career DOJ ethics officials about the appropriateness of you being involved or recusing yourself from the 14 other investigations that have been referred out? Conflict of interest, clear conflict of interest.
What's my conflict of interest?
I think
we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful network. Hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country. I think it's a very nasty question. I have answered the question. I have been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Better than President Johnson, who signed the Voting Rights Act?
For you to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work, in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace.
Let me just ask a follow-up, sir, and then we'll move on to other questions here. Some of your own supporters, including Republicans on Capitol Hill, have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first black and Asian American woman to serve as vice president and be on a major party ticket, as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you? And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop it?
How do you define DEI? Go ahead. How do you define
diversity, equity, inclusion?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Is that what your definition?
That is
give me a definition then. Would you give me a definition of that? Give me a definition.
Sir, I'm asking you a question, a very direct question.
Define it for me if you
I just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no, I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn, and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you believe that she is...
I think somebody should look into that, too, when you ask continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some Republicans
really don't
have said?
know. I mean, I really don't know. Could be.
Say, oh, our colonizers are our best friends. We're looking at a country that has set a model for black countries. The only country who had a constitution which was in accord with what the purpose of the people. We cannot have black people enslaved or colonized, and then when we're free we say, oh, our colonizers are our best friends. They teach us the laws we should have in the books. We're gonna take their books to have the schools. We're gonna take their doctors to come and build our hospitals. Why the hell then why don't you just stay in slavery or stay in colonization?
What that young lady talking about, what country is that? She talking about Haiti. Haiti is the first black country in the world. First black country in the world who become independent, fight French, kicked him out in Haiti. And Haiti is the first black country who free the slave. Who's talking about Haiti right now? She is not a Haitian. She's from Kenya. She's in Africa. But she know that Haiti is part of Africa. The country of Haiti is most black people enslaved there. And that's why she said, we have a country. What country? It's Haiti. Most powerful black country in the world. Most Haiti is the most powerful, and I would say was, who freed the slave and then left Haiti and come back here in United States and help them kick the French out of Louisiana. Same culture as African Haitian, Louisiana. We kick the French out for United States. Today, look at Haiti. Today, I want everybody to go look at Haiti. How Haiti is what now? Look, nothing. Miserable. Insecurity. Everything is bad. United States occupy Haiti 1915 to 1934. What they left for us? Nothing. Nothing. Today, that's why a young lady in Africa is talking about Haiti, a country who does something extraordinary, extravaganza, extraordinary. No country be able to do. There is country coming after, but we were the first black country, Haiti, who does push, stop, put the end on a slave. Let's listen to her. Et dans ça qu'a parlé, elle parle d'un pays qui a une constitution, par un autre pays qui est sous sa nommé. Il dit ceci un pays qui fait un travail extraordinaire. Et en parlant du pays d'Haïti, et lui fait connaître en Haïti, c'est un pays qui fait partie Afrique, et son pays africain, Haitian African, or Haitian American, whatever you call that. And no, so it's Haitian African. Haïti fait partie Afrique. Haïti c'est le premier pays dans le monde là qui campait l'esclavage, qui abolit l'esclavage. Après le fin fait, il est entré dans un paquet de pays. L'entrée aux États-Unis, il est aux États-Unis, là les Bolivie, Venezuela, là l'on paquet de l'autre côté, Chicago, Louisiana, on paquet de l'autre côté. Il est dur. Il est capable de prendre une indépendance. Je ne veux dire, regardez comment Haïti, regardez comment le peuple haïtien est. Mais les Américains toujours dans le pays d'Haïti, ils sont toujours là, ils sont là, ils sont là, ils sont tous les présidents sous pouvoir. Nous ne pouvons pas faire justice, nous ne pouvons pas faire ça, comment le faire, comment le pas faire. Mais l'Amérique dit nous-mêmes, Haïti c'est backyard, Haïti c'est amis. Seul ça au cas offrir nous comme aide, nous pouvons nous manger pour nous manger, et seulement ça au cas offrir nous. Et non, nous ne pouvons pas nous ça, nous ne pouvons pas nous monde pour aider nous. Mais Haïti, je veux dire, c'est un monde qui est dans le pays Afrique, un pays en Afrique qui parle de Haïti. Mais qui s'appelle Haïti en nos côtés.
We have an example, Nigeria. Very important country. 110 million people strong. Powerful land, variety in climate. Nigeria has everything to win as a black country. When Nigeria was becoming, and the crackers really didn't want to give Nigeria up. They did not. Because Nigeria was too much wealth, too much of everything. And it had it and a very dynamic personality, the people of Nigeria. Well, when
Haiti is an African nation because most of the people we have there are black people. Actually, Haiti was a republic that was formed after the slave owners decided that they were going to partially release some of their prisoners, and that's why we have nations such as Haiti, we have nations such as Cuba, we have nations such as Jamaica. Jamaica is a slightly different story. It has been colonized by the French because those people mostly The national language is French. Haiti has also been colonized by the United States of America. If you're looking for a country that the USA colonized, it's Haiti. It's Haiti. Now, we have a lot of insecurities, instability that is happening in Haiti.
He always find a way to open the way and get out of the trap. So then people start calling him l'ouverture, which means the opener, the one who opens the way.
Toussaint Louverture.
So Toussaint Louverture. This man paved the road to independence. But before independence, he was captured by the French, taken to France, locked up in a jail, opened up a hole in the ceiling for snow to come in and eat him away. He died of gangrene. After Toussaint, Jean-Jacques Dessalines took the lead of the movement. And Dessalines took things all the way to the Declaration of Independence, January 1st, 1804. When you study these two people, when you study them spiritually,
and Haiti independence, it's January 1st, 1804.
Both his names is a legba. What is a legba? Legba is the spirit, the opening, the initiator of all things. He opens the way in which they sell God. And this business works very well for whoever sets up the shop. The fundamental principles to improve your life. But nobody can tell you, you must pray every Friday, you must do this every Saturday, you must do that every Sunday. No, because what is good for you is not necessarily what I need. You, weaknesses and strength of your partners, the weaknesses and strength of your enemies. That is love according to Oshun. That is equilibrium. So when I'm going out, I want to get all the money I can get to get me 2 cars in. These black folks can't do nothing for themselves. Here we am begging, always begging. Practice. It's a bunch of black folks. Who cares? And funny thing is, this week we have Italy. A little earthquake shook. Price not for me. 20 goods for $1. But what is certain? They are hardcore criminals.
Francois Papadoc Aduvelia ruled from 1957 until his death in 1971. Haitians are the first to abolish slave trade in 1804 because you revolt against it. It explains a lot. It explains that you guys are fed up with, you quickly get fed up and you don't want nonsense. This one I applaud you, brothers and sisters from this amazing African country. African country, I mean Haiti. We have 55, not 56.
C'est bien ça. Ouais, comment Africain a parlé de Haïti, il est fier du fait que les Haïtiens ont fait un travail comme ça. Ils viennent montrer, eux-mêmes, ils sentent fiers sur le pays d'Haïti parce que c'est un pays qui fait un travail extraordinaire, par un pays qui fait lui, malgré ils viennent parler de Cuba, ils viennent parler de Cuba, ils viennent parler de Cuba, ils parlent de Jamaïque, Jamaica, mais autour, histoire pas même, avec l'histoire haïtienne, ils sentent fiers parce que Haïti, son pays français, on voit Haïti, c'est africain qui font un travail extraordinaire comme ça, ils sont fiers de lui. Qu'on y a, je ne dis, regardez comment Haïti vient chita, regardez comment pays voisin qui dit Haïti c'est amis, regardez comment Haïti est, dans qui est un pays d'Haïti. Everybody, mesdames et messieurs, si vous pouvez abonner avec channel là, nous demandons s'il vous plaît, abonnez avec channel là, qui doit commenter pour nous, bah, notre like, qui sont pensés des élections qui pourraient être faites ici aux États-Unis en mois de novembre. Est-ce que ancien président américain a tourné sur le pouvoir encore? Est-ce que vice-président Kamala Harris a une chance pour venir l'autre président pour démocrate là, parce que Joe Biden a fait 4 ans, est-ce qu'elle a fait l'autre 4 ans? S'il fait l'autre 4 ans, en 2024 là, s'il fait 4 ans, en 2028, il est capable de retourner encore jusqu'à 2032. Il est capable de l'autre mandat parce que c'était président qui prend 4 ans, il même capable de prendre l'autre 4 ans. S'il fait 4 ans, ça, il est capable en 2024, pour aller en 2028, qu'on a Sylvain encore, il est capable de reposer candidat encore en 2028 jusqu'à 2032. Merci tout le monde. Pas oublier abonner à la chaîne là, bon petit like, bon petit thumbs up. Pas oublier abonner à la chaîne là. Moi-même tout, m'a tourné abonné avec vous. Thank you so much, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Do you think the former President Donald Trump will regain or will return again as the President of the United States, or Kamala Harris, the Vice President for Democrat, will become the next President of the United States in 2024? Give me a holla, let me know. Guys, thank you, bye-bye. See you again on another video. Thank you guys, thank you so much everybody.